Hey everyone, Josef Rakich here, and today, for this video, we're going to be training biceps. First exercise that I'm starting off with is concentration curls. I like to do my concentration curls standing. Most people tend to do their concentration curls sitting with their elbow against their knee. I like to have a slight swing to mine and bring my elbows forward, as I find I get a better contraction of the bicep muscle. There is no right or wrong, it's just whatever you feel best. This exercise here is really good for developing the bicep peak, as it works the bicep long head, which, like I have mentioned in some of my previous videos, is the outer part of your bicep. I did about 5 sets in total. Pretty sure that was my last set, so now on to the next exercise. So now we're on to barbell curls. This exercise here, I'm going to go as heavy as I can and basically just try overload the muscle with a weight. Muscles grow from overload. There are many different types of overload. Weight is one form of overload, stress is one form of overload, repetitions, volume, these are all different types of overload. So right now my form is not the best, but I'm just trying to put the biceps under as much weight as possible. Arnold was a big fan of this exercise. He used to call it cheat curls. He used to go extremely heavy on the exercise, use his body and use a swing to curl it up, but obviously still keeping in mind using the biceps to do the majority of the work. The rep range that I like to use always varies. There is no right or wrong. Sometimes I'll use a rep range of between 4 and 8 reps for everything. Other times when I train, I'll use a rep range of 20 plus for everything. Some workouts I'll use a rep range of heavy and light. Always mix it up. Ideally, you want to have as much weight as possible with as much reps as possible, but that's not always possible because they cancel each other out. So sometimes it's good to go heavy, keep the reps low, and then other times it's good to go light and get as much reps in as you can, so you get the best of both worlds. The biceps are a really small muscle, so they cannot normally do much weight. But here I am trying to put as much weight as I possibly can on the biceps. Okay, now onto my third exercise, cross body hammer curls. So this exercise I'm focusing a little bit more on form. and really using a good muscle-mind connection, just focusing on that bicep muscle, doing all the work. Hammer curls are going to be targeting the bicep long head, which is the outer part of the bicep. Again, good for developing a good bicep peak. If you haven't noticed, that's a JRF stringer singlet that I'm wearing. JRF for Josef Rakich Fitness. For anyone interested in a stringer singlet like that, just visit my website in the link below and click on the clothing and apparel section. I also have t-shirts, tank tops and hoodies available. All sizes and for males and females. So as you can see, I'm pretty vascular here. Got the veins going through my biceps, through my shoulders, through my chest. Vascularity comes down to a lot of factors. Some of the times it's genetics. Some people will have more veins than others. Other factors are the amount of muscle mass you have, your body fat percentage. Obviously, the lower your body fat percent, the more veins are going to be showing. You can also bring out your veins by the way you diet. A diet high in carbs and high in sodium will really help bring out your vascularity. After a meal high in carbs and high in sodium, if I train, I'll notice I have veins everywhere through my shoulders, through my chest, forearms, especially when I get a good muscle pump going. There are also supplements you can take to help with vascularity, such as citrulline malate. It's real good for the muscle pump, endurance and vascularity. Right now in this exercise I'm doing preacher curls with an EZ bar. I'm using a close grip this time, where in one of my previous videos I used a wide grip. So the close grip is going to be working more of the bicep long head, creating the bicep peak. Now I'm not using a full range of motion, I'm trying to keep the tension on the bicep as much as I can. There's also two sides to this machine, or this padding I should say. There is the straight side which I'm using, and there's the other side which is more of an angle to it. This side here I find there's a bit more tension on the biceps. Okay, now I'm on to single arm curls, done on the free weight preacher bench. Now again, I have my arm on a slight angle, that way it's going to be working more of the bicep long head, as the bicep peak is something that I'm personally trying to develop with my biceps. If you did this with a straight arm and you had your tricep fully straight on the pad, it'll be working more of the bicep short head, which is the inner part of the bicep, and that is going to create you the bicep mass. Feel the negative rep as well. You want to feel the stretch as muscle fibers are still being ripped and torn on the negative rep of the exercise. The negative rep is when the weight is going down. For those of you that did not know. Pretty sure this is my last set. I don't know where I come up with some of these facials. It helps, I think. We're now on to reverse curls. I was going to say with barbell, but it's not actually a barbell, it's just a straight bar. Reverse curls is going to have a lot of activation in the forearms. And we're supersetting with preacher curls on the machine. Again, just using a partial range of motion, keeping the stress, keeping the tension on the biceps. Now cable hammers. Keeping the reps all above 20. So did those 3 exercises back to back. Now start again on the first exercise, which is the reverse curls. So depending on the exercise that you perform, the grip that you use, it's all going to have slightly different emphasis on the muscle heads that are being activated. Okay, second set on the preacher, second set on the cable hammers. Just using a little movement, making sure the biceps are controlling all the weight. This is a good finisher exercise. It's not really an exercise that you'd want to perform first. It's more of an exercise that you do towards the end of your workout. Just fully fatigue the biceps. I did a few sets here, back to back. This is my last set. Now we're coming to the end of my bicep workout. It's now time to go and have my post-workout meal, which for me is 2 scoops of protein, 1 cup of oats, and half a cup of mixed berries. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and also Twitter. You can find all my website links for my social media networks in the description down below.